Hey everyone, this is Jordan. I'm out here at my lunch break. I get to come out here to Reserves Disc Golf Course. It's a little 9-hole and pretty easy little pitch and putt. Easy to get in for half hour round or an hour round out here. Today I'm going to be throwing a 1-disc round with the Pilot. I haven't thrown the Pilot yet. Really, I normally putt with the firm Electron ions, and my approaches with putters are typically NV, soft NV, soft Neutron NV, or the plasma proxy. So it'll be kind of interesting. First time in a long while that I've thrown a single mold disc at all, but it should be pretty interesting. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, Reserves is just a little park course. Not too bad. Again, I'm recording this on my phone though, so it'll be interesting as to whether or not you're able to see the disc. It is a bit green, so we'll see. But hopefully you'll be able to see, when I throw, at least where it's going, and at the end I'll go ahead and get a picture of, I'll video where it landed and see if my putts go in. So let's see if we can get 9 down today. Still have yet to get 9 down. I've hit a few 8 down, 7 down is typically my average here. There's a couple holes that get under my skin every once in a while. So we'll see how it goes. But let's see how the Pilot goes. So here we have hole 1. Pretty basic, just a little 150-foot little upshot. Like I said, this is just a little approach and putt course. But we got the tee basket. You got the tee right here and the basket right up there. The only danger really is going a little long into those bushes. So, and again, this Pilot is a 168. And so it's a little lighter than I'm used to throwing. We'll find out. Going really too out of the car. Got a little bit of a tailwind. Wow. All right. Well, that's a lot glidier than I thought it was. Yep. In the basket. Or 2. Here we have hole 2. This one's a little more challenging. You got a couple routes you can take. Hopefully you can see the basket up there. It's right underneath that low ceiling tree. So you've got this big bush here. You can do big hyzer over it. You can try the straight shot up the middle. A little bit of worry with that low ceiling, but as you can see, there's a pretty big gap to get a hyzer through. So today I'll probably try to see what the stability is on this. Right now the wind is a little bit tail right to left. So we'll see how this looks. All right, I'm gonna try to keep it low. Yeah, put a little hyzer on to start. See it. Right up there. All right, here's where we ended up. A little deep at the basket. Tee box is right there. So I went a little wide on my line. Ended up just a hair deep, but see if we can get it in there. Two through 2. All right, here we're at hole 3. Out of all the holes here, I think this is the one where you can get into the most trouble. So you've got the tee pad right back here, and then as you look down, the basket is right there in the middle of that. So you've got a lot of shrubs down there to the left, down the hill, and your disc can carry pretty far downhill because we're up here on the pretty much the tallest hill in the park, which isn't saying much. But the goal is to just keep it low, straight, get it to scoot up next to the basket, to kind of, test this right side to make sure that you're not fading too early into the bushes over there to the left. But with the stability on this Pilot, it'll be interesting. I'll be in the weeds. Alright, so we got the basket right there. Tee box is right up there. Mine faded out a little early, so we're sitting right in here. So from here we have just a little ways to go, probably a 20-25 foot putt. Really bad with distances, plus I don't have my glasses or contacts in, so distances are hard. We'll see if I can nail this putt. Sad 3. Alright, after a little walk, you get over here to hole 4. Hole 4's tee pad is right here. It's just 184 feet. And it's right there, out there in the middle of the field. They've got some trees growing here that eventually will tighten this hole up. But what's going to be really interesting here is we've got a bit of a headwind. Nothing too crazy, but enough to affect a putter, I think. So I'm going ahead and set up here. Let's see how the Pilot handles a slight headwind. Went straight. So here we are. I was expecting a little flip, so I aimed left of the basket, but from the tee pad up to here, you can see the sign right down there. Just a little pitch up to here. This thing's got so much glide, a lot more than either my Proxy or my Beat Envy, so it's definitely fighting hard for a place in the bag. Let's see if we can get this putt. Onward to hole 5. Really short, 142 feet. So, you know, some of your top level pros would be just jump putting this. But the only thing right here is that there is this little low ceiling. They made very good use of what they had out here when they designed this course. But you can see the basket right there. Got the tee pad right here, and you just gotta get it under that little low ceiling. All right, there's a slight headwind. So, see how the disc reacts. Alright, well, like I said, I juiced it, and we are quite a ways past here, so it's a makeable putt. Putting is the Achilles heel of my game, though, so we'll see how we do. I blame the basket. Here we have hole 6. Very, very short, 130. They tried to put a little gap in here. We've got the tee pad. You just have to throw it out of this gap, straight at the basket. Again, it's all about speed control here. That's one of the things I really like about this course, is that, you know, it really lets me work on upshots and approaches. Typically when I'm out doing field work, I'm doing full power drives, or I'm in my backyard putting at my Black Hole Pro. The ability to come out here and play an actual quote-unquote round of, you know, upshots and putts is really helpful. So let's see how we do here. We're just gonna do a standstill here. And like sit this far from the basket, maybe with, you know, limited run-up or problems around. Kind of helps prepare. Normally wouldn't be doing it from the tee pad, but basket. Well, it doesn't get much better than that. Perfect upshot, so we're going ahead and just, there you go. So here we have hole 7. It's only 170 feet, but it's deceptive. This hole is harder than it looks. Most of the time because I simulate that I'm playing an upshot to a down-sloping green, and that's what we have here. It's very deceptive downslope, and once you get into those weeds, you will have an obstructed putt. Plus there's poison ivy everywhere, and that's just bad. So what I like to do here, a lot of times with my Envy, is I'll just throw a spike hyzer and just drop it right next to the basket. With the Pilot, well, let's see how it handles a spike hyzer. A bit of tailwind, so let's see what that's like. Right next to the basket. Well, again, I forgot my glasses today, so not right next to the basket. We got about a 15-footer. All right, here we have hole 8. After the previous holes, this hole feels like a rip, because up to this point, you've just been doing standstills or slow run-ups. So this hole definitely feels like a big rip, even though it's not even quite 300 feet. Hopefully my camera phone is good enough to where you can see. We've got the top of the basket right over there, and that is right over a little hill in kind of a little valley, so you've got to be careful. All right, 168 Pilot. Let's see if you get there. How much turn do you get on a rip? Oh, right to the top of the hill. Didn't give it enough height quite to make it all the way there, but it was dead straight. So this is the kind of trouble I normally get into on this hole. As you can see, it drops off into a little valley right here, and I normally try to get it to just crest this hill and drop just past the basket. The hyzer line's somewhat cut out by these trees right here. Maybe an overhand would probably be good, but obviously you're not doing that with a Pilot. But as you can see, I've got some work to do. We've probably got 40, 45 feet here to the pin. Just left. Okay, here we are at hole 9. Right now I'm sitting at 5 under. This one's pretty straightforward. You've got the tee-pad here, and then it's just a little hyzer around these trees, and you should see the basket right there. So we'll see if we can at least get a 6 down. Left myself some work. All right, well, here's what we're looking at. Maybe about a 15, 20 footer. We'll see if we can finish this out on a birdie. So that was a lunchtime round at Reserves Park. It's real easy to get in a lunchtime round here, and then I get to say that I play every day, except for days that I go to the gym over lunch. So it's like I said, it's a great course to come. Just work on upshots, work on some control lines, work on speed control. That 285-foot hole, sometimes I'll come out here and just play 18 holes there, simulating holes on courses that are around here. So, you know, like up shots at Idlewild or Lincoln Ridge, or it's always a good idea to come out here and just, you know, picture in your mind's eye what those courses look like. And if you've got a nice open hole like that one, 285 feet, you can turn that into 325 feet easy with some anhyzers or hyzers. You can simulate shots anywhere. So really glad this course went in. It's very close to my work, so I can get over here, play around, and test out some new discs. So again, what we were throwing today was a 168 Neutron Pilot with the special stamp on it. So sorry if anybody's cringing that I'm actually throwing it. Discs are meant to be thrown. Shh. So again, 168 is the weight on this one, but I actually really do like it. It's a lot glidier than my Proxy or my Envy. A lot touchier. I feel like I could really work it on some lines that I would either use my Envy or my Proxy for, where this one might be able to do both. So we'll have to see, especially since the Entropy came out and I've been loving that. The overstable spot in my bag for putters is very solidly taken by the Entropy, and it's kind of leaving me in a weird spot with the Envy. I've got a soft Neutron Envy that I love. I've been throwing it for forever, but I'm going to give this a few more tries around and see if maybe I can drop 2 discs out of my bag for tournaments and just focus on one and have that be my upshot disc, and just use the Entropy for utility stuff where I really need a hard fade or maybe a putter skip. So we'll have to see. So today's round was 6 under. Like I said, normally I'm 7 under or 8 under here, but I'm also not usually recording. This is the first time I've ever done this. But hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, you know, like, subscribe. If I even start a YouTube channel, we'll see. But again, Neutron Pilot from Streamline Discs. It's a lot of fun to throw. So have a good one.